So today, before going to check your before going to do this lesson, I have to check your previous knowledge, right? Okay. Right. So can you tell me the technology we are using in the first generation computers? Triviti? First generation technology? Yes. Triviti?
Vacuum tubes.
Yes, vacuum tubes. Right. So what about the size, Puta? Normally, room size computers. No, we have that they use room size computers, right? At heat generation is very high, and what else? Processing speed is very low, right? And you know, the power consumption is very high, right? So there are so many features. Then
Not
normally,
portable.
yes, sorry.
It is not portable.
Yes, it is not portable, right? Room size computer, so therefore not portable. Portability is very less, right? Then with the normally time is spent in, then it is normally processing speed increase and size decrease and power consumption decrease, heat generation decrease, right? Then what are the increasing factors? Processing speed increase and what else? At performance, right? Efficiency, right? Then those are normally increasing factors, no? So you have to list down the increasing factors and decreasing factors with the evolution of the hardware of the computer system, right? Okay, so you have to think about that, right? Then first generation vacuum tube, second generation is what? Dine? Transistors. Third generation, Aina?
ICs.
ICs. Then after Viduni, fourth generation?
LSIC.
Yes, LSIC. Then after? LSIC. Not only that.
VLSIC.
Very good. VLSIC. Then after?
UVSLIC.
No, within the fourth generation, LSIC, VLSIC after what? Microprocessor, right? Then after only, right? Then after only, we know ULSIC, right? Okay, ULSIC, ultra large scale integration, normally in fifth generation. So in that generation, you can say artificial intelligence, all are there, right? Okay, so EDSEC, EDVAC, ENIAC, EDVAC, EDSEC, in which generation belongs to? EDSEC, ENIAC, EDVAC, in which generation is belongs to? Mona kaldı pute. Huh? Right, in which generation? It is belongs to first generation, right? So you have to think about that. You have to remember those things, right? ENIAC, EDSAC, EDVAC, all are belongs to first generation. Then after, so this is now here I am talking about the hardware evolution, but today I am going to discuss about the software evolution, right? Therefore, you have to remember the hardware evolution too, right? Can you tell me birth of OS OS with CLI in which generation? Birth of OS. Third generation. Very good. Birth of OS with GUI?
Fourth generation.
Fourth generation. Very good. Right. Then keyboard, mouse, they are used some normally input as a input devices in which generation? Keyboard, mouse?
Third generation.
Yes, third generation, right? Okay, so I think you can remember those things, right? Okay, now we can go to the evolution of programming languages. This is very important, Puta. So I'm asking always some questions, right? Okay, we'll go to that. Normally, you know, the computer cannot understand our language. No, here you can see, hello, Mr. Computer. So, computer cannot understand because what is the language it use? It use what? It use only one and zeros. No, because it is a digital machine. Therefore, it use only one and zeros. Right. Therefore, but we cannot understand one and zeros. It is very hardware dependent. So here you can see we cannot read these things, right? Right. Okay. So what is the computer program? I have to ask from Manudi. Manudi, can you tell me what is a computer program? So think about, we have done some computer programs by using Pascal, right? Pascal right? Think about, there are so many programs we have done earlier. Can you remember? Right? So can you remember to get the total of two numbers? So can you remember some Pascal programs and all? We wrote, we typed some instructions. So what we call a program? And then tell me, Yashin, can you tell me what is a computer program? Is it set of data or set of information or set of instruction? You can tell me. You have normally anybody can talk with me. Dinit, you have some idea about that?
A set of instructions.
Yes.
Given instructions give
to solve what? To solve
a specific task.
Yes, very good, right? That is a set of instructions to solve some specific task, right? So very good, right? So that is we call computer program, right? So we can see it, right? Yeah. A program is a sequence of instructions which is designed to perform a certain task is used in the computer. So this is very important. This is the definition of the computer program, right? So this is very important. A computer language is needed to provide instructions. So that's why we have to use the computer program, computer language, because we have to give those instructions, right? That's why we have to use computer language, right? So here we are talking about computer languages. So computer languages are used to give the instructions to do some specific task in the computer, right? Can you tell me, are there any Sinhala medium students here? Anybody? Yes or no? So if there are any Sinhala medium students, please tell me, right? Okay, right. So to give the set of instructions, we have to use the computer language, right? Then hereafter we have to think about, we have to discuss about the computer languages, right? Okay. Right. Right. Okay, we'll go to that. Right. Right. Next slide. Okay, so if you consider the computer programs, right? So we can divide those things into two categories. Here, declarative programming and imperative programming, right? Declarative and imperative. Normally, under the declarative programming languages, you can see here, there are two categories, procedural and object-oriented, right? Imperative programming, you can see functional and logical, right? So prolog also there. So that is belongs to artificial intelligence, right? Normally, can you remember the Pascal? So anybody can tell me, normally Pascal programming language is belongs to which section? So I will explain it again. Normally procedural mean we have to give some instructions one by one. Object oriented mean that is one of the another category. We have to think about the objects and we have to define some attributes also for that object. So this area is normally we did discuss, right? So you can see the languages also C++, Java, sometimes Python, all belongs to object oriented, right? So can you tell me our Pascal programming languages belongs to which area?
Logic.
Not logic. So we didn't do the logics, right? Normally, we didn't do the prologue and all, right? So it belongs to artificial intelligence. It is very advanced area. It is belongs to artificial intelligence. Normally, robotic technology, right? Robotic technology only we can use this one. Then we also did have done some logical things just like if then else like that, but those are we call control structures. So can you tell me then Pascal belongs to which area out of 4?
Proceed.
Yes, procedural, right? Procedural, right? We pronounce it as procedural, right? Procedural, but DURAL, but we have to say it as procedural languages. So procedure, according to the procedure, we can normally it execute the instructions, right? Enter first number, enter second number, then after get the total and then display the total, right? Okay. Right, so we can go to the next one here, right? When normally we can give some instructions by using the keyboard. I pick this picture from your textbook, right? So you can see the data instructions we can give to by using the input devices. Then when we input it, it goes to the RAM. You know, the RAM is the volatile memory. It holds the data and instructions temporarily. So sometimes there are some MCQ from this area also. Then data pass through that to the CPU. Then after within the CPU it process. After that it send what? After the processing, send what? Aina? After the processing, data sent from the RAM, then after the processing, it send what?
Send to run.
Send what, Puta? It send, yeah, send to write. What are the things? Then here it sends data and instructions. Here, process thing we call what? Processed
Informations.
information. Very good. So he send the information to the RAM only, then it temporarily hold those information, then through the output devices we can see that information, right? So that is happen inside the computer, right? So do you know about them, right? බලන්න අඳුන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවද කියලා, right? Okay, කෙනා මතක් වෙනවා ඇති නේද? යාළුවන් මතක් වෙනවද දන්නේ නැහැ නේද? So you can see this is the evolution of programming language. So I picked this picture from internet, right? So that is very funny picture, but you can see here earlier, normally you can see the earlier machine language, right? Not they are using, we use machine language, right? Then after some extent we can see the assembly language here, right? Then after you can see procedural, right? දැන් බලන්න මේගොල්ලන්ට දැන් චුටි චුටි නේද කකුල් දෙකෙන් කෙලින් හිට ගන්න පුළුවන් තත්ත්වයට ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නවා. Procedural, right? Then after object oriented, now it is too advanced. Then after we can see functional and logical things, right? Prologue whatever, logical level, functional, all are belongs to this area, right? Now it's just like a complete human, right? Okay, so we'll go through that. Okay, so you have to get some idea about that, right? So you can see earlier machine, assembly, procedural. So we have to discuss here up to here, right? No need to worry about the a little bit we have discussed about the object oriented and functional, but no need to worry about those things. Just get the idea about it, right? Okay, so you can see the machine code. Anybody can read this? Anybody can understand this? Right? I know definitely you cannot read this, right? You can read this 100 like that, but you cannot understand those things, right? Yes. Okay, so very sorry I picked those things from your book, but here this diagram is very important. Here you can see the machine, that is very old one, right? And you can see the line that I will name it normally, that I have given it the name, that is the timeline. Timeline. කාල රේඛාව. කාලයත් එක්ක ගිහිල්ලා අවසානයේ මිනිසා මෙතන සිටිනවා. එහෙනම් අපි බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. Here you can see the machine. This is normally I can name this as machine level, and this is normally human side, right, or user. Here machine level. Earlier we use machine language, right? So you can remember we use only you saw that picture also. We use only machine language. It is include only 1 and 0s, right? So when we use the machine language, machine can understand easily, right? So think about like this. If I talk in Sinhala, දිනේත් කියලා මම කතා කරනවා සිංහලෙන්. දිනේත් ඔයා හිට මෙන්න මේ ප්‍රශ්න ටික කරන්න ඕන. මම එහෙම කිව්වම දිනේත් ආපහු ඒක ඉංග්‍රීසි වලට ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරනවද දිනේත්? නැත්නම් දිනේත්?
No, miss.
No, because that is your mother language නේද? ඔයාගේ මව් භාෂාව. ඔයාට ආයි ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරන්න වෙන භාෂාවක් නැහැ. ඔයාගේ මව් භාෂාවෙන් කියපු දේ එක මොහොතින් තේරුම් ගන්නවා. හරි, ක්‍රියාත්මක වීම කෙසේ වෙතත් අපි ඒක තේරුම් ගන්න නේද පුතේ? හරි, දිනෙත් නම් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා. නමුත් සමහර අය කීවර්ඩ් කරන්නේ නැති අය තියෙනවා. නමුත් මේක අපිට හොඳින් තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් නේද පුතේ? So that is very important, right? So machine also, normally machine has the 1 and 0s. So when we write that language by using 1 and 0s, machine can understand easily, right? අපි අමාරුවෙන් 1 සහ 0 දාලා මේක language එක ලියාගෙන ගියට machine එක ටක් ගාලා එක විනාඩියෙන් එයා තේරුම් ගන්නවා. තාමත් කුඩා කාලෙකින්, right? So could be executed directly on the machine because that is machine language නේද? machine එකේ language එකකින් අපි ලියුවාම එයා ඉක්මනට මොකද කරන්නේ? it executed. එයා executed කරගන්න. එයා තේරුම් ගන්න. එයා ඒක process කරලා තේරුම් ගන්නවා. So could be executed directly on the machine. Fast in operation because no need to use translators. තමන්ගේ මව් භාෂාවෙන් කිව්වහම කාටවත් ඒක translate කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ නේද? පරිවර්තකය අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. So if there are no any translators, that's why it's that fast operation, right? No need of language translating programs to translate the program into binary, right? දැන් මම මේක ගෙදර සහ මම දැන් උගන්වද්දී ඔයගලන්ට මෙතන ඔයගොල්ලෝ live හිටියා නම් මම ඔයාලට මේ වෙලාවෙම මේ ටික explain කරලා තනිකර ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ short note එක build up කරනවා, right? But that is your responsibility. You should create your on short note, right? මොකද මේ අපිට ලොකුවට කියව කාලයක් නැහැ. Now you have to go through that and you have to create the on short note, right? මේක ගැන පොඩි කෙටි විස්තරයක් ලියන්න ඕන. So just like this, fast operation, execution is very fast, no need translators. So just like that you have to prepare the short note, right? In your book, right? You have to use your book to do this, to prepare this short note. Next one, what is that? That is the big disadvantage. What is that? Dependency on the machine. So when we write down the program machine by using the machine language, it's depend on the machine architecture. If you write that program, so I cannot use this program to another machine. Yeah, a program written to one computer may not run on another computer. So that is the big disadvantage, right? It is not user friendly, right? It is not. So can you see here? Is it user friendly? No, it is not user friendly, and it's depend on the hardware too, right? Difficult to understand by human as it's written using one and zeros, right? So therefore it is not user friendly. It is very close to the machine, and it's normally online or normally on machine level. So we call it as low level language. So machine language also low level language, right? Okay, so you can prepare the note. How can you prepare? Normally it include one and zeros, no, right? And then after what? No translators. Can you tell me something about who's that? Viduni, can you tell me something about machine level language? Don't read these texts, right? Don't read these things. You have to simply say me about the machine level language, machine language. Viduni?
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Fast operation.
fast operation.
No need translators.
Very good. One more.
And
Is it user friendly?
no, miss.
Yeah, it's not user friendly, right? It's not user friendly, right? Okay, thank you, Viduni. And
Okay, miss.
what else, Yashin? Yashin, any other things? There is a big disadvantage. What is that?
Low level language.
Yeah, it's a lower level language. And can we use that one program to another machine also? The something nowadays we can use, right? Okay, earlier in machine level, can we use one program to with another computer?
No.
Why? What is the reason, Puta? Because it is machine dependent. No, it is machine dependent, right? Dependency on the machine, right? So that is the big disadvantage, right? And it is hard to understand, right? So there are so many things. You have to prepare the short note. I will check it, right? So definitely I will check it. Therefore, you have to list down, right? No. Yes, Puta.
Miss, why machine language is machine dependent?
Because normally when we write down the normally I am not in that area, right? මම ඒ කාලේ ඇතර හිටියේ නෑ. නමුත් මෙහෙමයි පුතේ 1 and 0 use කරලා ලියන එකේදී ඒකෙදී අර machine එකේ processor speed hardware ඒ ඔක්කොම consider කරලා තමයි program එක ලියන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ architecture එක අපිට කියන්නේ වෙන machine එකකට transfer කරගන්න බෑ. මොකද අපි අර ලියලා තියෙ දැන් මේ language එකෙන් ලියලා තියෙන්නේ ඒ machine එකටම අනුව. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකේ තියෙන hardware performance වලට අනුව. Therefore we cannot use that program with other. අනිත් එක පුතේ දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකේ තියෙන numbers ඒ processor මොන හරි use කරන ඔක්කොම factors ඒකේ තියෙන hardware වල තියෙන features වල තමයි add කරලා තියෙන්නේ use කරලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ අපි 1 and 0s නේ ලියන්නේ පුතේ. ඒතර ඒකේ තියෙන code දැන් අපි මොකක් හරි අපි ඒකේ processor එකේ speed එක මොන හරි ඒ use කරන හැම එකක්ම ලියන්නේ 1 and 0s වලින්. ඒතර ඒ program එක කිසිම මොහොතක තවත් machine එකට fit වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරි? මොකද ඒකට හේතුව unique numbers තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද 1 and 0s වලින් අපි ලියන එක ඇත්තටම hardware dependent නිසා ඒ numbers වලින් අනිත් තව machine එකක කොටස් නැහැ. Therefore it is unique for that machine. Therefore we cannot use that with the another computer, right? This big disadvantage, right? දැන් මේ එන්නේ හැම දෙයක්ම දැන් ඔයාලට දැන් අපි WhatsApp එක phone එකකින් ගන්නවා WhatsApp machine computer එකකින් ගන්න. So normally online equal platform නේ. දැන් හැම එකක්ම එකම platform එකට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ, right? But earlier like that, right? Not only the machine language but also assembly language, next language also depend on the machine. දැන් ඊළඟට අපි යන language එකත් ඒ වගේ තමයි පුතේ, right? Okay. Next then after we have to go to the next point, right? Right. දැන් ඔන්න කාලෙත් එක මොකද උනේ පුතේ? දැන් එයා ඒගොල්ලෝ normally machine we use that machine level, right? You know, here 1 and 0s we use. Then after, with the time, what will happen? කාලෙත් එක්ක මොකද උනේ පුතේ? කාලෙත් එක්ක ටික කාලයක් යද්දී දැන් මේගොල්ලන් හොයාගත්ත symbolic language. They found symbolic language. They use some symbols to reduce the language, right? The 110 තියෙන ඒවා කොහොම යාලා එක එක symbols use කරගත්තා, right? ඒකේ මොකද උනේ? Compared with this binary language, it will become simple, right? ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකක්ද අපි හිතමු මෙතනට දැම්ම and symbol එක කියලා. So just like that, they use some symbols, right? ඉතින් මේ symbols නිසා මොකද උනේ පුතා? It is reducing, right? ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් reduce වෙලා තියෙනවා. It was reduced to, normally it was reduced. It will become simple other than machine language, right? නැතුව මේ දැන් තියෙන language වලට සාපේක්ෂව නෙමෙයි පුතා, respectively the machine language it will reduce, right? So we can see here, so a program written in assembly language has the following features. Operation is comparatively slower than the machine language. අයි directly area තේරුම් ගත්ත එක්කෙනා දැන් ඉතින් assembly language එක මොකද වෙන්නේ පුතේ? Assembly language cannot understand easily. It should what? It should translate, right? අනිවාර්යයෙන් මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ පුතේ? Assembly language should translate to machine language because machine cannot understand that language. So assembly language should convert into the machine language. So what is that translating program name? Do you know about that name? Assembly language translator is what? It is assembler. Very good, right? So that is we call assembler, right? You can see the assembler, right? Assembly language should translate to instructions using the language translating program called assembler, right? So by using the assembler, it can translate into machine language. It is also machine dependent, right? That means you cannot use that program to another machine. And the use of symbols makes it more simple to understand than machine language. So this is wrong, right? Than machine language. So you have to compare with the machine language. Okay. And what else? So it is not user friendly. It is also low level language. So assembly language also low level. So we can say assembly language is low level language. It's a low level language and not user friendly. Depend on the machine. And what else? Need translators called assembler, right? So just like that, you can create the short note about assembly language. Okay, right. Right now we can move to the next, right? Can you something about how? Tehas, can you tell me about something assembly language? Who's that?
Use symbols. Slower than machine language should be translated into instruction using the assembler. And depend on the machine. It's comparatively simple to understand than machine language.
Very good, right? Very good. So now just now admitted one student. Right, now we have to move to the next point. That is what? High level language. Then low level languages are finished, right? Now it's high level language. Then high level language, you can see here, the machine level has machine language, assembly language here, but high level language, it is very close to the user. Therefore, we can consider it as user friendly, right? Normally we use the simple English letters, but you know, we have to translate, right? Machine cannot understand directly these languages. So there are two translators. Who can say me? Right? There are two translators. What are they? Right? We discussed those things earlier, right? Can you remember lesson number 2, software? No, with the OS lesson, we discussed those things, right? Can you remember? Compiler and interpreter, right? Right? Compiler and interpreter, right? Compiler and interpreter. So both are doing same job. What is the same job? It translate high level language to machine language, right? So you know that source code is high level language. Object code is machine language. With the assembly language, what is the source code? With the assembly language to machine language, source code mean what is the whenever what is the normally we use some code, so that program we call source program, right? That user written by some code, so that program we consider as source code, right? Then assembly language is the source code. Then by using the translate assembly, we can convert it into machine code. When the source code is high level language, so we should convert it by using the compiler or interpreter. Compiler or interpreter. If there are Sinhala medium students, compiler කියන එකට සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ පුතේ සම්පාදකය, right? Compiler and interpreter කියන එකට කියන්නේ සිංහලෙන් අර්ථ වින්‍යාසය, right? Interpreter, right? So you can refer your textbooks also. Interpreter, right? It's hard to write, so think this is interpreter, right? Both are doing same job, right? So compiler and interpreter both are doing same job, but that is different ways, right? Normally compiler, you know, there are lot of instruction in our program. So compiler completely at once translate into machine code, right? But interpreter not like that, right? Interpreter not like that. It translate line by line. It translate line by line, right? It translate line by line. So which one is the fastest one? Ayana, which one is the fastest one? Compiler or interpreter?
Interpreter.
Yes. Interpreter normally translate line by line. Compiler?
Compiler.
Yes, compiler, right? Very good, right? Compiler, because completely at once it translates into machine code, right? So therefore compiler is the fastest one. But some programs, normally some programming languages are using compiler only. Some programming languages are using only interpreter. Some programming languages are using both translators, right? So example, Java programming use compiler, right? And what about the Pascal, right? Pascal use what? Interpreter, right? It normally process line by line, right? So you can go through that. Okay. So what about the things we can say about the high level languages, right? So you have to think, we can go through that. So so you have to make the short note about the high level programming language, right? A program written in high level language has the following features. So let's see what are they. Normally you can say user friendly, no? Because we can read our programs, no? Normally we use simple English letters, no? Right? Therefore we can understand. So user friendly. A program written in high level language has the following features. What are they? Easy to understand, right? And need to be translated to machine language instruction before executing the computer. Therefore, execution speed is low. Why? Because need to translate. Execution speed low because need to translate, right? So you have to write the execution speed is lower than the machine code because need to translate. So write in your own words, right? Does not depend on the machine, right? Okay, it is not machine dependent, therefore you can use that program with the machine also, right? Okay, now so you have to prepare the short note, right? Then after we can move. Here you can see this is this picture I picked from your textbook. Here you can see the hardware. hardware. In front of that, you can see the machine language. So can you remember my timeline, right? In front of the machine, I put the machine. Oh, right. So you can see the machine language. Then after you can see the assembly language. So think about the timeline. Then after we can see the high level languages, right? So nowadays we are using high level language. Beyond that, after this, we can see the normally here I have to admit somebody. Wait, right. Here. Then after the high level language, you can see normally user level. So we can understand, we can think, we can create something. So you know about the AI. So artificial intelligence, right? After the high level language, then AI, artificial intelligence, just like in our level, right? Normally just like us, artificial intelligence also normally thinkable programming language, right? It can think, right? But you know, we cannot embed some human human values, right? මානව ගුණාංග අපිට දෙන්න බෑ robots ලට. හැබැයි අපිට කෘත්‍රිම බුද්ධිය දෙන්න පුළුවන් ඒගොල්ලන්ට නේද? කෘත්‍රිම බුද්ධිය දුන්නට එයාගේ එක අඩුපාඩු තියෙනකොට එයාට mixed knowledge එකක් එක්ක කිසිම වෙලා දැන් අපිට we can handle the mixed knowledge, right? අපිට පුළුවන් ඕනම තැනකදී decisions ගන්න අපේ mixed knowledge එක handle කරලා. හැබැයි artificial intelligence තියෙන robots ලගේ තියෙන එක වාසියක් තමයි පුතා, they cannot use the mixed knowledge. ඒ හින්දා තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ට එක topic එකක් ඔස්සේ තමයි හැම වෙලෙම මොකක් හරි එක title එකක් යට තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ට මොකක් හරි එක දෙයක් තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාට දීලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ අනුව යන්න පුළුවන් නිසා. ඒතකොට ඒකට ඒගොල්ලෝ expert වෙනවා. knowledgeable වෙනවා. හරි, අපි වගේම අපිත් experience එක අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න දේවල් එක අපි knowledgeable වෙනවා, දැනුවත් වෙනවා. ඒ වගේ එයාත් ඉගෙන ගන්න. එක අතකින් අපිට එක disadvantage එකක්. මොකද ඔය chess වගේ ඒවා play කරද්දී අපි artificial intelligence තියෙන machine එකක් එක chess play කරොත් එයා අපි දාන හැම trick එකක්ම එයා learn කරනවා. හරි, සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපිට වඩා එයා learn කරලා එයාට මතක තබා ගැනීමේ හැකියාව වැඩි. හරි, ඉතින් අපිට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි learn කරන්නේ අපි සමහරට අමතක වෙනවා නේද? ඒ වගේ but artificial intelligence තියෙන machine එකක් එක්ක අපි chess play කරොත් යම් මට්ටමකදී අපිට වඩා එයා අභිබවා යන්න පුළුවන් හැකියාවක් තියෙනවා කියලා හොයාගෙන තියෙනවා. හරි, so those are extra things, right? Don't worry about that, so, but we have to think about that, right? Okay, now we have to go. This is very theory based lesson, right? But we cannot skip those things because they can ask some questions, right? Then we discuss this timeline and all, right? So you can remember in this level machine language, right? Right, so you have to prepare the short note, right? මම ආයෙ අහන්නේ නැහැ. මම ඇත්තට මේක දාගත්තේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගෙන් ආයෙත් තැනට අහන්න. නමුත් මම හිතනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒක හොඳට ඔලුවට අරගෙන ඇති. කවුරුත් lesson එකේ ඉද්දි හරියට ඒ විදිහට lesson එකට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් හරියට අහගන්න පුතේ. මොකද ඔයගොල්ලෝ මග නවතින්න බෑ. ඔයාලා ඉස්සරහට කරන් යන්න. දැන් කට්ටියක් කරනවනේ. ඒ නිසා ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ විදිහට කරගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. හරි? So this is, then after we have to talk about the paradigms, right? You know, earlier පොඩ්ඩක් කිව්වා පුතේ. So you can see imperative and declarative. So I have given that picture from internet, right? But in your book it is just like this. You can see declarative in this line, imperative in this line, right? But we have to learn according to this, right? Because so I didn't see that earlier, that's why. So this is the correct way, right? Declarative and imperative, right? Okay, under the imperative only you can see procedural, object oriented and parallel processing also there. Declarative, under that you can see logic, function and databases, right? Then that earlier picture I have given you, there is a small mistake, right? Not the small mistake, that is big mistake. So we should normally that two words are normally strong, no? Can you remember? Dineth, can you remember that words are normally this declarative in this side, no? Can you remember, Dinesh? Right? So this is correct, right? Okay, that earlier picture is incorrect. That's why I want to tell, right? Okay, this is imperative and in this side declarative. Okay, right. Okay, we'll go through that. Then where's our Pascal programming? Pascal programming belongs to procedural, right? Pascal programming belongs to procedural. Okay. Right. Then after we have to go through the paper discussion, right? Mama make paper discussion නෙමෙයි මම මේ කොටස ඔයගලන්ට කතා කරලා ඉවර වෙලා අපි paper discussion එකට යමු පුතේ වෙලාවත් එක්ක බලලා. Right. So I change my screen to our book, right? Here you can see. Yes. Under this lesson, you have to get the knowledge about 3 things, right? What are they? We'll see. Here you can see this activity is very important. Normally, after learning this lesson, they will check you know about that procedural versus declarative, structured versus object oriented, and programming versus descriptive. Right? මේ කොටස් තුන තමයි පුතේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගෙන් අහන්නේ. ඉතින් අද මේ වෙලාවේ මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට චුට්ටක් කියලා දෙන්නම් පුතා procedural versus declarative, right? Because we have to finish this lesson, no, right? So you can use your book also. This is very important, right? Right? Normally you know about the procedural programming, right? Here with the procedural programming, now here we are going to discuss the difference between procedural and declarative paradigms, right? Right? Okay. Here you can see the procedural programming, right? So think about the Pascal, right? Pascal, when you are using the Pascal, we have to draw some, we have to write some codes, right? And we have to get some data, and after processing we have to say how to display that information. Just like that, we have to draw the flow chart with the procedural language, right? Procedural programming language එක භාවිත කරද්දී ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මතක ඇති පුතේ අපි flow charts and the pseudo codes and the අපි all the instructions we have given, right? So can you remember those things? Here the Pascal programming has procedural paradigm feature, right? Look at here, don't worry about that, right? Look at here, you can see here procedural paradigm, in this side declarative paradigm. So you can understand by using this activity, right? By using this question you can understand properly what are the difference between procedural and declarative. Look at here, when you're using the procedural paradigm, you have normally saying how you achieve it, right? By using the flow chart, by using the pseudocodes, you have to saying how you achieve it. Just like this, keep block A, then keep block B on top of block A. Then keep block C on top of block B, right? So just like that, we have to say the instruction. We have to give the instructions to prepare this column, right? But with the declarative paradigm, you have normally saying what you want. You have to say what you want. So just like this, a pillar which consists of 3 blocks, A, B. So you can see the pillar, right? Again, with the procedural paradigm, you have to say, you have to give the instructions how to build up that or how to solve that problem. But declarative paradigm saying what you want. What ඕන දේ කිව්වම එයා අවශ්‍ය දේ කරලා දෙනවා. හරි පුතේ? So these are very important, right? So that's why, right. Now I have to given you one of the another homework. Right? දැන් ඔයාලට homework කීපයක් තියෙනවා පුතේ. එකක් තමයි short note කරන්න ඕන. හරි? ඒතකොට language generations වල ටික දාලා machine language ඉඳලා high level language up to that you have to right. Pro book කියලා එන කවුද කියන පුතේ නම? right? I want the name. Okay, right. Okay, special thing. You have to, so this is one of the, so you have to go to this paragraph, right? Okay, because I think you have to do some work at home, right? නැත්නම් ඔක්කොම අමතක වෙලා යනවා. First of all, you have to go to this paragraph and you have to refer these two pictures. Then after, you should write down the differences between procedural paradigm and declarative paradigm, right? You can write down 5 or 4 differences, right? If you write down one of the difference in left side, then definitely you should write the related difference in other side, right? එකක නැහැ කියලා කියලා මොකක් හරි කියනවනම් ඒකට අදාළම දේ තමයි අනිත් පැත්තේ ඔයා ලියන්න ඕන පුතේ. ඒක තියෙනවද නැද්ද හරි මොන හරි ලියන differences එකිනෙකට ගැලපෙන්න ඕනේ. Otherwise no marks, right? ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක difference එකක් ලියලා ඊට අමතර වෙන මොකක් හරි difference එකක් ගැන කිව්වොත් එහෙම ලකුණු හම්බ වෙන්නේ බිඳුවයි. ඒ දෙකේම marks නැති වෙනවා. Therefore you should go through this paragraph, right? Then after read it and you can search some website to get some instructions. Then after you have to write down the answer for this question. What is the question, Puta? Write down the difference between procedural and declarative paradigms. This is the another homework. Then you have 3 homework, right? Short note, 2 homeworks, short note. Then after, the difference between procedural and declarative paradigm, right? So then now next week we can discuss those things, right? Now shall I discuss one MCQ, Puta? Then after we can stop, right? One MCQ, right? I have to right. So I will share you the common screen, right? කවුරුවත් නිදාගන්න එහෙම නෑ. Anyone can select the answer. Tinit? To mark on, yeah, 1. But my answer is 5. My answer is 5. Look at that. Check it again. Okay, so I think all of you mark on -1, right? So look at here. So we have to do the dry running. So I put that terminal as T, right? And you can see X also here, right? Now terminal value is -1. Okay, I'm doing hand tracing, right? Then X is 0, right? So I have to put here 0. Repeat until, please clean the sheet, Puta. Please erase all red color ones. Can you clear this one? Right, I can clear, but I have to draw it again then. Right, another one, big one, right? Please erase this one, Puta. Okay, so I think Dinet, can you erase this one, Puta?
Miss, I
You are not
cleared it, but it's not. Yes.
anybody Okay, then I had to, yes. Aina, can you erase that? No, no. It's okay. Right, I can move it, right? I will move. Right, okay, now you can see, but input values you cannot see. It's okay. Right, okay, we'll go to that because time is passing. Right, so here you can see, right, here then T and X is there. Then repeat until you know repeat, then that is mean that repeat indicate the loop body is started, right? Then display enter the number. So by using this statement we can get any value from the user. It is assigned to num, right? Then these two you can consider as input, right? What are then make a flow chart එක මම අදින්න කියනවා. So in that time you can use single parallelogram, and within that you can put enter number, within bracket you can put num, right? So don't worry about that. So this is the single statement, right? You can see the two statement, but it is single thing doing inside that, right? What is that? It get in the value. So num here, I put n here, num, it should be, yeah, it's okay, I put num, right? So this is the num. So what is the first num? That is 4, right? Then 4 is assigned to num. Then if num is greater than x, so x is 0, then 4 is greater than 0. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So if it is yes, then you can see the selection without any else part. You know there are two simple selections. එකක් තමයි පුතේ else part එක නැතුව තියෙන, අනිත් එක else part එකත් එක්ක තියෙන selection. So here you cannot see the else part. That means when the condition is true, then it is execute. Otherwise it's no, nothing happen inside that, right? It's true not විතරක් යම් කිසි දෙයක් වෙනවා, false උනොත් මුකුත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Then this is true, then something happen. What will happen? Here num, value of num is assigned to x. Then what is the value of num? 4. 4 is assigned to x, mean x become 4, right? X become 4. Then after end if, then go to the until. So when the condition is false, only until is executing. The condition එක අසත්‍ය නම් විතරයි මෙයා ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ පුතේ. Until ගේ විදිය ඒකයි. Then term, it check the num and terminal is equals. Then what is num? -1 and check the -1 and num. Num is 4. Is it true? It is false, no? If it is false, then it will execute again what? Enter number. So what is the next number? It's 5. Right? හොඳට බලා ගන්න වර්ධින තැන මොකද්ද කියලා. Then 5. Then it check 5 is greater than 0. Is it true? Viduni, is it true?
Yes, miss.
Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Then if it is true, then something happened. What is that? Num is assigned to x. Now 5 is assigned to x. Now x become 5. Right? End if. Then it check num and terminal. Num is 5, terminal. Then 5 is equals to -1. It is false, no? Then go up. Then again enter the value 2 as num. Then it is checking 2 is greater than මට ඉස්සෙල්ලා වැරදුනා නේද x කියන්නේ පුතේ දැන් මෙතන 4 වෙන්න ඕන. Here 5 greater than 4 ද කියලා check කරන්නේ. හරි. Now what is x පුතා? It is 5. Then here we should find 5 2 is greater than 5. Is it true or false? හරි ඉස්සෙල්ලා මට වැරදුනා මෙතන බිංදුව නෙමෙයි ඉන්නන පුතේ 4 නේද? Because value of x is 4 නේ. In the 5 is greater than 4, true. Now here 2 is greater than 5. Is it true? Viduni?
False.
False. Then when the condition is false, nothing happened, no? Then go out and it check that 2 is equals to -1. It is also false. Then executing. Now what is next number? It is -1. Then -1 is greater than, here check, -1 is greater than 5. -1 is greater than 5 also false. Then nothing happened inside here. Then it check -1 is equals to -1. So you know both are equals, then condition become true. Then after stop, go out and display the value of x. Then what is the value of x here? It is the value of x here, Puta. It is 5, no? Right? Therefore, answer should be 5. Aina, can you understand this? Tehas, can you understand this one? Nidida Khattiya, right? 4 is assigned to x. Now x become 4, right? Then out of the selection, it check -1 and num is what? 4. මෙතනදී check කරන අපතේ 4යි -1 එකයි equal ද කියලා. 4 is equals to -1. You know it is false, no? When it is false, it asks the second number. So you can see the second number is 5, right? Who's that? Who's that? Okay, right. Right. Then 5 is 5 input here, right? Then after it check 5 is greater than, what is x now? What is x? X is 4. Then 5 is greater than 4. Is it true? Yes, it is true, no? Then if it is true, 5 is assigned to x. Now x is 5. Because this is true. Condition එක true නානේ පුතේ. ඒ නිසා 5 assign වුණා. Then after go out, then it check 5 is equals to -1. -1 not equal. No ne. නේද පුතේ? Therefore go up. Then what is next number? 2. Then on 2 input කර. Then නම් එකේ තියෙන්නේ 2. But x is what? X is 5. Now we check කරන්නේ 2 is greater than 5 the kira, right? Is it true? Is it true?
No.
No. Then if it is no mean, you know, there are no any assignment. But I made 2 assign another extra. No, this is not working. Therefore, it check that, again it check, then it check 2 is equals to -1. You know it is wrong. Therefore, go up and it asks the next number. So what is next number? Next number is what? Next number is, right? Next number is what? Yes. Okay. Next number is what? Next number is -1. Then you have, then it check -1 is greater than, still x is 5. Still x is 5. මෙතනට ඇවිල්ලා යා check කරනකොට -1 is greater than 5. It's false. False mean this is not working. Then it check -1 is equals to -1. So it is true. True, then go out and display x. Now what is x? It is 5. Triviti, can you understand this?
Yes.
Yes. Ayana?
Yes,
Ayana?
miss.
Yes. Dinet?
Yes, miss.
Yes. Right? Okay. So then another homework, right? So you have now you have 3 homework. One is you have to make some short notes regarding the evolution of the programming languages. You should do, right? Next one, you have to find the answer for the differences between the procedural and declarative. Then third one, you should draw the flow chart to this pseudocode. First of all, you should copy down this pseudocode to your revision book, and then after, in front of that, you have to draw the flow chart, right? So that is very important. I will check it, right? Then next week I will give you the permission to the on the video, then I can see you. Then after we can check the answers, right? Okay, now I think